Right, so welcome back to another video, and we have progress. So the BMW race car is looking in a very sorry state, but fear not, because the usable parts are getting shifted onto Shelly. We have some good progress. We've had a few nights on it, but we are going to make a nice job of cleaning all this up. And it's actually solid. Bit crusty, but they're all like that, because you've got to remember, these are 20-year-old cars now, so they're not young. Someone's been on the sunbeds. Jeepers creepers, how much for the BMW pants? This is a good time to show you with these BMW 116s why a lot of them are spares or repairs these days. They really struggle with the rust on the rear subframes. You know, they collapse on the joints. But that's not an issue for us because we take it off, and no word of a lie, it's literally the exhaust off, and then 4 bolts, shock absorbers, a few bits and bobs, brake lines, and it all drops down. Even with the little diffs there, a few bolts and diffs out, we can reuse that, lick of paint, and then we will strip down from Betty the whole rear end. Magic words, abracadabra. Oh, look at that. If only it was that easy, eh? So, night time is the right time. I just thought I'd show you this comparison from the subframes. From the subframe that we paint and do all the bush kit on, the poly bushes, all of the bushes, even the diff bushes, there's loads. There's probably like over 30 bushes in the rear subframe setup. That is how they are on a road car, really rusty. And then we get them nice and fresh. So I've just removed this from Betty, the final piece of the puzzle, and I'm going to screw that rusty one back on so we can get it rolling, ready to get it out of our lives. Into a Coke can she goes. R.I.P. Totally stripped out. Just had a few hours this evening, just taking everything. There's a few little like modules and stuff that we take out, and yeah, as much as I can really. Got the front rolling. It's a sad night. Loads of good memories with this car, building it. When I built it 2 years ago with Yak up in this workshop, we had some right laughs building it. On the back. Yeah, all good memories. On to Shelly. So I've also removed the fuel tank. We actually cleaned the internals of this tank, so that'll probably go back onto Shelly. That's a good thing to do with these 116s because the amount of sludge build-up that you get in the road car tanks from dirty fuel from the fuel stations, the last thing you want is that sludge being sucked through your injectors. So it's always good practice to do that. I did actually drain this a couple of days after we got back from Silverstone after the crash, because obviously the crash happened on the first lap, so we were carrying 54 litres of petrol. So I did shove a pipe in there and suck it out, but there is actually probably about 10 litres left in it, in the different chambers. So that'll keep the lawnmower going or something, you know. Squeezing every last penny out of her. Poor girl. Right, follow me into Mitchell's new engine building workshop. Here we are. Right, look at this. So we've decided we've got this far with it, so it'd be stupid to not take the con rods and pistons out of the block. We've got this far, so we may as well do that.
Just ready to gap the new rings, and I've just finished measuring up what the old ring gaps worked out to be, and also what our new ring gaps are going to be, and what the new rings are. So if you come over here, we'll have a look. You can see I've got the brand new top ring in, so this is straight out of the packet and straight into the cylinder 1.
Oh yeah, sat in there.
So what I'm going to do now is I've already taken the top ring out of the piston, and that gives us about just ½ an inch to that ring there. What we're going to do is take the piston, put it in upside down. We're going to push that brand new ring evenly down into the cylinder. That'll make sure them two ends are nice and flush, and we're in the cylinder straight. And then I'm going to grab the feeler gauge.
Here we go, look at this.
And then we're just going to feel that gap and look how it should be. As you can see there, we've got 0.2 millimeters, which is right slap bang in the middle of this BMW spec, which is anywhere between 0.1 and 0.3 of a millimeter. I've also gone ahead and measured the ones that came out of the cylinder, which was from that 60,000 mile engine, and they were at 0.33, so they were just over the tolerance. I've gone ahead and done the same with the second rings as well, and they're exactly where we want them to be as well. So we're running with the standard BMW tolerances.
Spot on, happy day.
So we've got here the oil control ring, which is the third ring on the piston. I was just showing Ryan here what I like to do when I put a new one in. So it's extremely important that we know where the butt is on this ring, because on all 5 of the rings, we like to offset the butt by as much as possible to make sure we don't leak the combustion or the oil through either way. So what I'm saying is we get a paint pen and we just colour the 2 tips there, and that means we can see they should be butted up against each other. They should not overlap, they should not go into each other. And that means if we see 4 little dots, we know that they're butted up against each other, and we also know where that gap is. And you can also see here that we've got the 2 metal rings that surround that ring, so they go either side like that, and they basically keep that oiler film in the little gap there.
So when you buy new piston rings, all those rings come in the kit?
Yep, so you should
in
have
the box.
2 compression rings. And again, I was saying to Ryan, the 2 rings are different. The top ring is a normal ring, so it's, if you look at the profile there, it's a rectangle. This doesn't have a direction, it can go either way. The second ring, however, is extremely important. It should say top printed on it. And that doesn't mean it's the top ring, it means it's the second ring. However, because it's not rectangle, it's got a tiny little step in it there.
Oh yeah.
That's for dragging, it's just kind of for debris and for oil. That'll make sure you have that groove down, and so you should have top side.
Wow. Amazing. Interesting stuff.
So here we can see I've just finished measuring them piston rings and ready to put the new ones in. So we've already gone ahead and fitted them to cylinder piston number 1. As you can see, we've started off here, which is off either of the thrust sides and away from the gudgeon pin. We're starting off on the lower oil control ring. You can see I've put a bit of purple paint pen just to mark it so we can see it. So the first ring's there, then we're going to work 120 degrees round, and again, purple paint pen which marks the contact point of the waffle ring, and then we're going to work another 120 degree round for the top ring. Then for the next ring, which is the first compression ring, again, it's as far away from the next ring as possible. Again, off either of the working sides, and then 180 degrees away from that, we have the top compression ring. We've also gone ahead and cleaned up the pistons, they're all looking shiny. And
should we do a quick before and after?
Yeah, we can. So this is before and after Ryan's handiwork, polishing up the top of them pistons.
Little clean. Nice and fresh now.
As you can see, we've got the new big end bearing shells going in. I'm just going to show you how we put them in. So what we want to do is we want to get this locating tab. Let's line it up with the tab on the con rod. We're just going to make sure it's nice and straight. And then what we're going to do is spin it around, and we're not going to slide this down that edge. What we can do is we basically peel back a bit of the shell and it'll sit raised up. So what we're going to do is apply a bit of pressure, take it away from that edge and slide it down. Then we're going to look straight down. Obviously it's a lot easier to do when the piston isn't in the engine. And what we're going to do is we're going to look for an equal spacing either side of the bearing. When we've got it, we're just going to push down.
Show the camera.
It's going to push it down. Even spacing there. It's going to click down. It'll click down a tiny bit. Now what we're looking for is an even sitting at the top of both sides of the bearing. They're not both going to sit flush, but as long as it's sitting proud by the same amount either side, and that's
because when you clamp it down, it will like straighten out, won't it? Anyway.
Pretty much. Just want it to sit on that locator, pretty much. Cool. We'll drop.
And it also looks like someone's been busy in the back here. Look at that. Someone's had a busy Saturday. What have you been up to, kid?
Yeah, busy Saturday, listen to the radio on my own, but you can crack on when you're on your own. No telephone calls, no emails, no bills to do.
This is therapy for Dad.
Therapy for Dad at a certain age. The main thing is the interior comes out really quickly, roof line and seats and everything, a couple of hours. Then it all exposes, obviously, the wiring loom. This is quite a high-spec model BMW. Back in the day, had loads of extras. CD systems, sat-nav systems,
Electric
telephone.
seats, a lot in it.
Most of them have parking sensors, but there's loads of electrical things which you have to remove. If you remember what wires are what we don't need, just snip the connectors, and you just...
Process of elimination, isn't it?
Yeah,
so one by one.
There's probably 40 or 50 wires in there originally, so we honed it down to 4 or 5.
You chase it all the way back down to the
yeah, and another big thing...
fuse box.
The BMW's insulation, soundproofing, so there's a massive amount of tar just glued everywhere on the panels. You can see the long panels here, so that's...
Oh, you've even cleaned that off, haven't you?
That's the time-consuming part of it.
Someone has been busy.
You have to get the heat gun and be
Look at that.
It peels off all at one. Bit of
So
that.
I say, this is ready for some nice paint.
Yeah,
the question is, what colour are we going to paint the inside of the shell? Because this is something we never done on Betty, the other one, because we're on a bit of a time scale, weren't we?
Yeah.
But this one, you know, we got the whole of winter, and Dad's handy with the paint gun.
So that's last Saturday. This Saturday, next stage, probably got some big windscreen out. We're going to get the dash out, expose all the electrics. Mostly electrics have to do with bags, radios.
So we actually removed the screen. I got a quick clip of Dad doing that the proper way. Yeah. Have you ever seen a windscreen being pushed out from the inside? As you remember, that was all smashed up, and it's actually good. There's not too much damage around it. What do you do with all the old interior? What? Hang on, was it the 5th of November the other night?
No.
Oh no bonfires, no bonfires.
It's on eBay, still available. Leather trim, has seen in the back of the truck.
So I believe he took a lot of it to the skip, the carpets as such. But oh, here we go. Look, free to a good home. New character, introduce yourself.
Don't need no introduction, just look in your mirrors.
Oh! Right, that's it for this video. A little quick outro. So the progress is massive on the whole rear end. As you can see, we really cracked on and the rear end is looking mega. Hope you've enjoyed the content. If you have, like, comment, subscribe. We're nearly at 3 figures. 100 subscribers. Can we get there?
Yes, we can.